Imagine this: America in financial freefall, businesses collapsing daily. Yet Andrew Mellon makes a decision that defies conventional wisdom, selling thriving oil interest at their peak. Madness? Hardly. This wasn't retreat, it was strategic brilliance. The opening move in a wealth creation strategy so powerful, it would establish a dynasty spanning generations. That's why you're here. By understanding Andrew's masterclass in crisis navigation, you'll gain more than historical knowledge. You'll acquire practical frameworks to spot hidden opportunities when markets spiral, transform economic panic into strategic acquisitions, build integrated business ecosystem that dominate, not just compete. So, for entrepreneurs, investors, strategists aiming to create something truly enduring, something that transcends market cycles and reshapes industries, this is your playbook. No theory, no fluff, just battle tested principles from one of history's greatest wealth architects. So let's break down the first strategy. Andrew, not the sanitized version, but the raw and uncut strategies. Okay. His superpower, supernatural ability to thrive in downturns. Mellon didn't just survive the panic in 1893, he feasted on it. How? So here's the strategy number one. Here's the lesson: liquidity leverage. Now, this isn't your grandma's rainy day fund. Andrew maintained massive cash reserves, turning his bank into financial predator when everyone else was drowning. While competitors choked debt, were forced into fire sales, Andrew swooped in, buying prime assets like the seeds of the Carborundum Company, an industrial abrasive powerhouse, for pennies on the dollar. For you, the game changer here is understanding that in an economic storm, cash isn't just king, it's the entire goddamn kingdom. It's your license to go on a strategic shopping spree when your rivals are just trying to keep the lights on. This is about transforming fear in the market into your fuel for explosive growth. But cash isn't just the entry ticket. Andrew was a master architect of the integrated empire, which is lesson number two. He didn't just own a piece of the pie, he owned the bakery, the flour mill, and the delivery trucks. Take his real estate ventures. He sold the land, his bank financed the deal, and his coal company supplied the heating. You see the pattern? This is vertical integration on steroids, creating a closed loop systems that's almost impossible for competitors to penetrate. Think of it like building a fortress with its own internal self-sustaining economy. For your business, this isn't just about synergy. It's about engineering an unfair competitive advantage by controlling critical stages of your value chain, creating a moat so wide and deep it leaves competitors stranded on the shore. This is how you build a relentless profit machine. Now, you can run an empire alone, but what's Andrew's secret? This is where strategy and lesson number three plays in. Trusted lieutenants. He placed family members or deeply vetted associates in critical roles. His nephew, William Larimer Mellon, at the head of Gulf Oil, for instance. Now, before you scream nepotism, understand the brutal logic. It was about unshakable loyalty and perfect alignment of vision. In high-stakes ventures, particularly those aiming for disruptive scale, you need a command structure as tight as a drum, where the leaders are extension of your own will, not just hired guns. This is the difference between cohesive strike force and a collection of mercenaries. For you, it's about realizing that your inner circle, your key leadership, must be evangelists for the mission, not just employees. Andrew was also a genius acquisition architect, which is lesson number four. He didn't just build companies to last. he often built them to sell or merge, but on his terms. Creating massive windfall, he co-founded Union Steel, a specialist in nails and barbed wire, strategically positioning it to be an irresistible bite for the consolidating behemoth, U.S. Steel. This is the next level strategic thinking, understanding market consolidation waves and building precisely what the big fish will pay a premium for. It's like chess grandmaster thinking, 10 moves ahead. For ambitious founders today, this is crucial insight. Sometimes the most powerful move is to build for a strategic exit that catapults you into your next, even bigger venture. It's not about selling out, it's about leveling up, using one success to fund an even more explosive one. All right, now, how did he protect these diverse interests? Well, through a diversified portfolio, which is strategy number 5, lesson number 5, but not the timid, spread too thin diversification often peddled. Andrew invested across core foundational industries: Alcoa in aluminum, Gulf Oil, Pittsburgh Coal, Union Steel. This wasn't just a risk mitigation. It was like general deploying distinct powerful legions across multiple battlefronts. If one sector faced a headwind, the others continued the relentless march. For you, especially as an investor or multi-venture entrepreneur, this means building a portfolio where your assets aren't just randomly scattered, but form a mutually reinforcing ecosystem, resilient to shocks and positioned for compound growth. Think of it like Darwin's finches, each uniquely adapted but all contributing to the survival and dominance of the species. One of Andrew's most potent and often controversial tool was the political capital, which is lesson number 6. As a major Republican donor, he didn't just passively accept a regulatory environment, he actively shaped it. McKinley Tariff of 1890, for example, imposed high tariffs on aluminum imports, something similar to what we're currently experiencing right now while Trump is in the office. The tariffs. Well, that's why this is very important to learn, understand. It's very important to study the past because it will help you make better decisions in the future. All right, so before I got sidetracked, so for you, it's about understanding the rules of the game that can be influenced. While you might not be shaping national tariffs, you can influence industry standards, local regulations, or even public perception. It's about proactively managing your operational environment, not just reacting to it. It's like a sailor learning not just to navigate the winds, but to subtly influence their direction. Andrew also mastered scalable ventures, which is lesson number 7. He'd start with a modest investment, like the initial $25,000 loan to what became Alcoa. But once he saw the signs of explosive potential, he'd pour in resources and scale with breathtaking speed. New factories, expanded operations. This is critical lesson. Test lean. Validate hard, then scale with overwhelming force. I'm going to repeat that lesson again. Test lean, validate hard, then scale with overwhelming force. It's the difference between cautiously dipping a toe in the water and launching an armada once you know the currents are in your favor. This prevents catastrophic losses or on unproven ideas, but allows for game-changing acceleration when you hit gold. His seat on over 30 corporate boards gave him boardroom wisdom, which is lesson number 8. This wasn't about collecting titles. It was an intelligence gathering market stroke. He had a panoramic view of the entire industrial landscape, identifying patterns, opportunities, and threats before anyone else. This is about leveraging information asymmetry, knowing more and knowing it sooner than your competition. For you, it means cultivating diverse networks and information sources that give you a crucial edge in decision making. Think of it as having a satellite reconnaissance while your competitors are still using scouts on your horseback. What a massive advantage you will have. And what about the sky? The sky does fall. Well, crisis composure. Lesson number 9. During the 1929 stock market crash, while others panicked, Andrew remained a pillar of rationality. This wasn't luck. It was a product of experience and deep understanding that market hysteria creates unparalleled buying opportunities for the prepared mind. For entrepreneurs and investors, this is pure gold. Cultivating the emotional discipline to act decisively and logically when everyone else is paralyzed by fear. This is where fortunes are not just preserved, but forged in you. Just the same strategy, just like the witch of Wall Street. Now, finally, Andrew believed in expert collaborations, which is lesson number 10. He didn't need to be the inventor. He needed to back the right one. Investing in Edward Acheson's carborundum or co-founding Union Steel with an industry titan, Henry Clay Frick. This is about leveraging specialized genius, not trying to replicate it, but for you, it's a powerful reminder. Identify and partner with disruptive innovators and relentless executors, the game-changing talents. Your role is to provide the capital, the structure, and the strategic vision to amplify their brilliance into an empire. Look, the strategies that Andrew used to build his dynasty aren't just historical footnotes. They are timeless, brutal, and effective blueprints for ambitious builders like you. The game has changed. The technology is different. But the fundamental principles of leveraging chaos, integrating power, and making audacious, counterintuitive moves, those are eternal. So if you're serious about not just playing the game, but rewriting the rules and building something truly legendary, then this is the kind of strategic power you need. So do yourself a favor. Hit the subscribe button on Dynasty Designers right now, because the insights we're unpacking are too valuable to miss. And trust me, you don't want to miss next week's episode. And if you're interested in learning more about the witch of Wall Street, her timeless business principles, strategies that gave her the name of Witch of Wall Street, then click somewhere on the screen and you will be directed to that video. Until next time, peace.